figure, we're going to have him back then. So that's kind of how we do things. We're not superstitious. We just do the same things that when we win, we just continue to do the same things. When we lose, we stop doing those things. So Charles is back with us, and Spread Knowledge, is a computer. It's an app, technically. And what it does is it predicts value and probability is the best way I can describe it. Charles is going to give you a more technical explanation in just a second. But, So yesterday, Charles, welcome to the show, Charles. Welcome back. And, of course, I guess we'll just keep them around. This is kind of the way that it works on these shows is people show up, they start talking, and I don't know, kind of like the Puck Dogs. They just never left. Hockey season ended and the Puck Dogs didn't. That's happened twice already. But so Spread Knowledge yesterday seemed to really like the playoffs, the Major League Baseball playoffs. Definitely picking the Houston Astros, a pick that I didn't like, with McCullers on the road. But still, McCullers got rocked and the Astros still won. So, is it just that Spread Knowledge is finding its groove here, even though it took this long, or is it just, these teams, it's been dialed in? Because it was a total about face on Oakland, which they had ridden, all the way.
I think, what we're good at, what the software is good at, is showing you where the profitable side resides, right? So what we try to show you is, how does this team perform at this particular price, point spread or odds, and if they perform well, we assign a higher grade. If they perform lower at those odds, we assign a lower grade, right? So in the case of Houston yesterday, you had Houston as a fairly good-sized underdog against a team that, they play a lot. It's probably very much a coin flip game, but we got, plus 25 points on that underdog money line. So, and we also got the plus 1.5 runs on the run line. When you're an away team in a MLB playoff game, there's huge value on that. It didn't look good in the beginning, but it worked out for us primarily because we were on the right side of value, right? So Houston has been there. They've done this. Oakland's been there and done this too, but probably not as much as Houston has. And even though, maybe the stats and everything looks like Oakland should kind of sweep this series, Houston has a lot more experience and they have a lot more things going for them. So, a lot of my friends who are pro bettors have been on the side of Houston and backing them since the beginning of the Twin series. So, I think that's kind of what you saw yesterday. Today, we're going to look at something a little different. So yesterday, we kind of saw that there was a bunch of overs. I think maybe two of the three went over or something like that. Or I think the two games that we had yesterday went over. So I added my filters here, so we're kind of just looking at MLB.
So you want me to show your screen?
Oh, yeah, I'm sharing.
Okay. All right. So
sorry.
It's all right. Let's see if we can do it. All right, so this is Charles's screen here, and you know what? Let me go back to where we were. Hang on. But go ahead and talk. This will be seamless.
Yeah, sure. So I kind of went back to the pick sheet where we can see the three of the 4 games that we have for MLB. Dodgers, Padres probably be out there soon. But for the 3 games that we have, you see on the board, Atlanta is an A, but their price is kind of too low, right? The price is not going to pay out very well. It's like minus 200. So we kind of have to steer clear of that, even though it's an A. The A indicates the expected value of that pick, right? So we expect that Atlanta Braves to win probably 2 out of 3 times, but because the price is so bad, we're not sure that we're going to get a lot of return, a lot of ROI on that. So we're kind of going to steer clear of that. One of the things that I've noticed in the MLB playoffs is our machines tend to favor the over a little bit more than they should. And that's because I believe the odds makers are setting the totals lower than normal. So I think in a normal scenario, you would see kind of this game being more like a 9, maybe, even though I know they have Atlanta's ace going. This game would probably be like 9, 9.5. And the Tampa Bay Rays probably something like a 9 too. So I think you see the odds makers setting those totals a little bit lower than normal, but I think there's a good reason for that, and that's why we're going to release basically all unders today. So what I'm suggesting we do for today is we take the under for Atlanta, the under for Oakland, and the under for Tampa Bay as well. And that's primarily because we're going to see a regression from yesterday, right? So we had high scoring games yesterday, and so we'll probably see a little bit of that Fibonacci frequency in terms of regression back to the under where they should be, especially in the MLB playoffs. So really today I'm just going to sweep the board with 3 unders. So under 8, under 9, and under 8 here again, with the hope that we win 2 out of 3 of those.
Okay, so a couple of quick questions. So back with us two in here. I'm trying to mess with. You guys know I'm not like I'm not a director, or a cameraman, or anything, but trying to get things better. And I thought that was good. We got Charles speaking instead of just showing the screen, which is a pretty good accomplishment. I think we could actually. I was trying to make them smaller so we weren't cutting off some of the text, but we'll figure this out. It's always a work in progress here. It always gets better. But so when you talk about the regression, what exactly do you mean? What is regression?
So our live spread value, which is our most important feature, is all about regression. So it's when, the Patriots go down in the first half by a couple touchdowns, now they're getting maybe a field goal or even a touchdown on the live point spread, and they'll probably regress back to that original point spread, whatever the case may be, right? So, if you look at just a generic coin flip game, right? Let's say we have a generic coin flip MLB postseason game, and one team gets out to an early lead. They score 4 or 5 runs, right? Now the live run line is going to be like -3.5 or -4.5 for that team that scored the runs. However, in all likelihood, 70-80% of the time, those teams tend to regress back to where that line was originally by the end of the game. So what that means is the value is on the +3.5 or the +4.5, because more than likely that team is going to come back and score a bunch of runs in the next few innings. So the same thing happens with pregame, right? It's all about kind of frequencies and sequences of things. You're looking for patterns. This machine learning that we've set up is really good at looking for patterns. That's what it does best. So, yesterday we had 2 overs in MLB postseason. It's very rare when the whole board goes over in MLB postseason. It's just a very odd scenario. So what are you going to see today? You're going to see likely a regression back to the under, right? So you're going to see like 2 of these 3 games is what we're predicting to go basically under.
Yeah, so one of the things that that Charles and I have been talking about, and of course you can get spread knowledge. You can click on the link in the description. He has a variety of plans there. Use the discount code Mitch, and you'll get 10% off. And I always say for life. Charles says for a year. If he stops giving you the 10% off, I'll pay the 10% out of my whatever. But we could talk about it later. I think Charles and I could probably get him to split it with me. Anyways, you just click on the link in the description. It'll take you to Spread Knowledge, and you'll see it. Any questions, he has a customer service or whatever, contact us link on there. And you can ask him those questions directly. I think if the question is, can I try it for free or something like that, I think it's a lot to ask, because it's only charging $5 for 3 days. And the $70 is like $2 a day. So it's like, if these things are out of your budget, the whole idea, and like with Charles, if you look at similar products, that are computer generated, which are a lot of them are popping up and are, it's funny because they'll talk to Charles first, like they want to do something or they want to be friends, and basically they try and steal his ideas, right? I mean, this is the way of the world, and this is how this industry works as well. They can act like this, and then they think they're smarter than Charles, and then they put out some piece of crap product, right? And say, here it is, it's our launch, right? I've seen it a million times, and I get approached by people too to endorse and to do exactly what we do here with Spread Knowledge. And the answer is, everyone knows what my answer is, and it's 2 words, and the first one begins with F, and the second word is U. But the thing is that, you know, with the spread knowledge, one of the features, so this is something that we're planning on, and it's something that I get a lot of emails about. And I do my halftime shows for NFL football, the early games, and the primetime games. I know my last 3 shows have been terrible, right? I know that. But how many great shows have we had, and how many great shows have we already had this year, right? So it's like, it's something that we're going to do. And then people would also say to me, you should do college football. But college football doesn't work because in NFL, you have these primetime games. And you also have the 1 o'clock games, the Eastern time start. And so we don't do NFL, the late games. We only do primetime games and the early games because those go to halftime at the same time. They all go to halftime at the same time. College football, they do not go to halftime at the same time. Games are all over the place. The Big 12, they're running the spread. These guys are running, you know, Army's running the ball, Navy's running the ball. The game's going very quick. It's very rare that you have a huge amount of games that go at the half. But what Charles has, and what is a key feature of spread knowledge, something that we never talk about, is the live betting feature, Charles. So you want to just tell everyone about the alerts and how it's better than, you know, oh, I didn't get the YouTube notification. With this, you don't have to worry about the YouTube notification. This is like, you know, your wife texting you to pick up eggs at the store, you know, after you just left, right? That's the way that always works, right? After you just left the store. Can you grab some eggs too? It's like, so you want to tell people about the live in-game feature? Yeah,
definitely. So the live in-game feature is definitely our best feature, and it's the most profitable. So this year we were profitable at the like 66 to 68% mark with MLB live in-game betting alerts essentially. And what we do is we look for situations where A's and B's go down by a certain amount of runs within a range of usually anywhere from 3 to 6 runs at some point in the game. And when that happens, we send an email or text message alert, depending on how you have your notifications configured, that essentially tells you, hey, you know, this A or B pick went down by such and such amount of points. You know, you should look at, you know, putting some units on the value there because we think that it will regress back to the original point spread, and it's just basically easy money.
And the thing about the texting, right, is that do you also do push notifications or just texting right now?
Yeah, we do push, we do email and text messages.
All right, so it's push, email, and text. And the thing about this is that it's instantaneous. So even though those live bets move very, very quickly, you should still have time to get it in. I think, you know, I've talked to Charles about working with some of the books and getting it so he's got a button on there where you can just boom, you know, hit it when he gives you the live bet and where you can just bet it. You know, it's like, I think that's probably a later thing. And it's, you know, right, what do we have? 6 states in the U.S. where it will work right now. So it's like, it's hard, you know, we always come up with these magical suggestions, and I get them all the time from you guys too. And, you know, oh, it'd be great to do this. It'd be great to do this. It's like, yeah, that costs like, you know, $200,000, a little thing, you know, to do that. So it's like, you know, there is a cost that's associated with it. And Charles, you know, you could see he's in, you know, he lives in his mom's basement. So he's got to, you know, he's going to only do X amount of, you know, with, you know, as the company built, he'll be able to do more and more. And, you know, he is working on all of these things, but, you know, it's just, it's easier said than done. Just like, you know, the people that said I should come on halftime for, you know, this and halftime. And this is like, I at a certain point, you know, it's like I'm on, you know, I do 1,100 videos a month. You know, it's like plus these shows every day, 2 shows every day, 3 shows a day. But and we have another comment here that Charles should be on with Brian Bitler. Yeah, he's going to be on actually on the drive-through show as a regular guest at least once a week going forward. So doing similar things that we're doing here. So we're going to have Charles on every day here, 7 days a week, on doing the show here. And then he'll also be on in the drive-thru. Of course, you can get spread knowledge by clicking on the link in the description. We make it pretty easy. Hopefully, we can make it even another way to do it, though. He pays the electric bill. I got solar here. So I don't know what's going on there, but
I've got a pretty big electric bill.
Yeah. Mine was, and we put in the solar and it killed that problem. But anyways, we're running way over on time. Charles, any final thoughts here? So your picks are the unders. You picked the 3 unders. Which are the 3 games again?
It's the first 3 games. So I believe it's the first 3 games. It's Yankees, Braves, Miami, Oakland, Houston, and Tampa, New York unders.
So under on those 3 games. He's just looking to hit 2 out of 3, and that is cash. Of course, we'll total those into our record. He was 2-0 yesterday, back on the winning track. We're still, despite choppy since COVID, at least on the shows, we're still 145, 118, and 3. I mean, if that's the worst things ever get, well, you can't go broke that way. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel. We'll be back tomorrow with Charles, and I'll be back in about 10 minutes with the guys for our regular morning live show. Thanks again, Charles. Appreciate it. And I'll tell you, it's good to actually see Charles, because normally we talk on Skype, and like his tone, his Skype tone and my Skype tone, it makes it seem like we're in a boxing match most of the time. It's like, Charles is like, you could mention this feature on your show. Who in the hell are you to tell me what is the way that comes across. But this way you can see we are friends. So it's all good. Anyways, aloha. Thanks everyone. Smash the like, and we'll see you with Charles tomorrow. And I will see you guys in about 10 minutes with the gang.